My name is Rossi Eason, founder of the World Marketing Center at theworldmarketingcenter.com. In this presentation today, we're going to talk about direct marketing versus direct sales. What we're going to do here is show you how to leverage your selling power by using direct marketing principles along with direct marketing tools. Okay, first of all, I just want to start out by saying traditional selling sucks. Plain old, it was really pretty much based upon direct interaction with customers, basically in a one-to-one selling environment where you're always pursuing prospects, whether it be cold calling or just cold prospecting, and at that point they view you as a salesperson. It's more threatening to them. Worst of all, it's a one-time interaction. You cold prospect someone, whether they say no or what have you, that process is pretty much over from the beginning. It provides you with no leverage, and it's very hard to sell without any leverage. When you look at direct sales versus direct marketing, on the other hand, it's a completely different selling situation. Okay, as we said, direct selling is based upon direct interaction with the customer, where you're basically talking to them face to face or one-on-one. When you use direct marketing, it's based on the concept of delivering sales messages to that customer and therefore removing you from that situation. At that point, you're no longer pursuing the prospects. Okay, they're now coming to you, so they feel as they found you. And in traditional direct selling, it's limited to that one-time interaction. What this does is take that salesmanship and leverage it by spreading it out among the masses. Okay, now to clarify this example, let's make this more simple. If you've ever driven a stick shift car, okay, if you're driving a stick shift car, you don't start it out in third gear. You start out from first and work your way all the way up. And that's how the sales and marketing process should work. So let's look at it this way. You start out by sending a letter. Okay, that's first gear. You're sending them a letter. You're sending them a marketing message. Okay. Second gear is they generate a response. They reply back to the message that you sent out. At that point, they become a qualified lead. Then third gear, you contact the lead after they have responded to you. In fourth gear, you would then get the appointment or the presentation. Fifth gear, at that point, you make the sale. And then sixth gear, you get referrals. So it goes in a system. What do most salespeople do? They say, hey, let's forget first and second gear. I'm going to go straight to third. They start out immediately by calling someone, reaching out to someone, and they remove this. Now, what happens if you try to start a stick shift in third gear? It's sturdy and shaking all over the place, and it's completely difficult to get it started. Well, that's the same thing that's happening here. Whereas if you add this element into it, it actually makes your job easier. Okay? So, how do you begin direct marketing? You begin direct marketing by automating the lead generation process, automatic marketing. So what you want to do is you want to remove manual labor, things like cold calling and cold prospecting, personal appointment settings where you're calling and set your own appointments, the one-to-one selling environment where it's just you trying to sell everyone, even if it is on getting an appointment. You're out there either knocking on doors or you're cold prospecting, whether if you're prospecting individuals, if you're in network marketing or something other, you're constantly out there doing that type of prospecting. What you want to do is you want to replace that with robotic systems, robotic marketing systems. So we talked about sales letters. You basically taking what you would normally say face to face, putting it on a letter and mailing it to a defined group of people. Okay, toll-free recorded messages. This is one of my favorite things, because what toll-free recorded messages allows you to do is, number one, it frees up your time. As opposed to you always trying to answer the phone and deal with everyone personally, this acts as your 24-hour sales rep, and it allows you to educate your prospects. It also allows them to leave messages in response to your sales letters, and this actually lowers their sales resistance because they know they're not going to call into some call center and possibly get upsold or someone trying to sell them something. So they're much less afraid to respond. Websites are another great salesperson. Okay, it acts as your 24-hour sales rep online, so people can read your sales messages at any time while you're there or while you're not there. Okay, and what that does, you want to couple that with autoresponders. And for those of you that don't know what an autoresponder is, it is basically a it's software program, an online software that allows you to send emails out at predetermined intervals. So if you have a website and a visitor goes to your website, they enter in their name and email address, you can send them out either a series of emails, training series, follow-up emails, basically whatever it is you like. Now if you're still out there cold prospecting, you may not be able to just stop that right away. You can actually couple your prospecting with this system. So if you're out there knocking on doors or cold prospecting individuals and you're generating leads, collecting business cards, however, people that you want to follow up with, you would just simply mention, hey, I send out a newsletter based upon whatever your market is. Would you mind if I added you to my list? Most people say sure, and if they say that, then you can go back and even upload their email address into the system. And let's say you had a series of emails going out every week for the next 6 months. Now you're constantly filling your pipeline and you're starting to do some automatic marketing.